Okay, today I'm talking about a psychological process that goes by the name projection. Projection. I think we've all heard of it. The question is, what do we do with it? It seems like the most normal thing on earth that human beings project what's inside themselves onto other human beings and onto objects, and in that manner get to know things about who they are. But when it comes to actually owning this process, it becomes very difficult because a lot of what we project onto other people, onto events, onto things, is material that we don't really want to own as part of who we are. We want actually to disown it and to say, it's not in me, it's out there. It goes on in the world, both individually and collectively, almost ad nauseum. It's so much interwoven in what it means to be a person. You can think of politics and see how we would prefer to think of you as the problem, not ourselves as the problem. We would prefer to think of the way you think is wrong and the way I think is right. Anytime we do things like that, there's a very strong likelihood that we are operating in a place that eventually can be recognized as projection. But why would we even want to recognize that we're doing that? In some ways, there's a great relief in releasing material that's uncomfortable to the self so that it now resides somewhere else. And the relief we get from that is probably what's driving it. It's a way to manage anxiety that exists around owning that part of who we are. This is a bit vague, so let me see if I can give an example. Let's say I decide that someone I know is behaving in an annoying fashion, and I get hung up on it, and I start saying things about that person. Oh, that person is so annoying. What a pain. They're so difficult. And the specific way that I'm hung up on that person's behavior will reveal something about what's unresolved in me if I want to look. So perhaps I think about the other person that they're really arrogant and they have a sense of deep entitlement that they have a right to everything, when really they ought to be more humble. The thing is, as much as that quality may exist in the other person, the hang-up that I have with it will reveal that I also have unresolved material around this behavior. So, what to do with that? I'm making the pitch that getting to know that that is what's at stake, that there's unresolved material in myself, is actually really, really valuable to me. Particularly because as I reclaim that projection, the vitality from my own being that is invested in holding that material outside myself, which is a lot of life energy, actually gets restored to me, and I can use it in a much more favorable way. So in a way, when I bring back projections and look at how they apply to me, what I'm actually doing is regaining my own life force. Who wouldn't want that?